let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about exactly how you want to eat to stay lean, right? It's going to be pretty detailed, but I'm gonna just go through it, keep it simple. This is gonna be very important because obviously when you get lean, you want to eat to stay lean. Very, very important because if you lose fat and you don't keep it off, that's gonna be a problem and you're gonna be pissed. So let me show you how I eat to stay lean personally. So the main thing I've noticed, right, and I've made a video on this before, but I just want to reiterate this because still people do not understand that it's super important, right? So simplicity is key when it comes to the fitness journey. Simplicity is key. Every time someone tries to complicate some shit, they always end up failing. A lot of people are like, "Well, why are you like?" When I start some people on the program, right? They're like, "Wait, why am I not doing more?" And I'm like, "Bro, you haven't worked out in 6 months. This is way too much already. All right, just get this done and be consistent with this, and then we'll add more over time, right?" Um, and one more thing, my leanest friends, like I said, a lot of them are leaner than me. None of them do fancy ass IG recipes or TikTok recipes that you guys see. Like these long recipes look cool for the camera, but in reality, who the hell is making you know all these like just 2 hour recipes? Like it's just not sustainable. Like most of my friends, right, who keep it simple, it's easy to repeat all the time because it's just like, all right, ground beef, ground turkey takes 15 minutes to make and it tastes good as hell, right? Steak take it's pretty quick to make. Salmon, you could throw that shit in the air fryer 25 minutes, right? You can just glaze it in teriyaki and then some garlic and shit like that, 25 minutes, right? Simple things like that. Eggs, easy to make, quick. Protein bars, protein shakes, super easy. Protein chips, easy. All that stuff is easy, and that's what makes it very sustainable. Like people who spend hours in the kitchen, right? I know I make fun of the Ninja Creamies. I know some people use the Ninja Creamies and they consistently use it. Shout out to you guys who consistently use it. But I know some people they buy it and then they use it once and then it took too long and then because they try to eat like Oreo ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner or some shit. They do it for one day and then they just quit, right? Because they saw the recipe online. Like seeing the recipe online and then doing it, there's like no structure there. You need structure to be successful. Simplicity and structure is key, and it leads to discipline and consistency. Hyper awareness regarding nutrition is going to be very important. You got to know exactly how many calories are in everything, and you got to track shit. All right. So grabbing random snacks and shit like that, obviously that's not important. You can't be doing that. That's not aligning with your goals, right? So the way I stay lean is I always know exactly like what I'm consuming. All right. So tracking does help. Like when I track in my fitness pal, I've used my fitness pal for a long period of time, like probably 6 years. No, just kidding. 9 years. I've used my fitness pal for 9 years now. So honestly, I like to track my fitness pal. I tracked my fitness pal yesterday. I'm going to track in it today. But the way I track in it, it only takes less than 5 minutes because I have all my recipes in there already. But that keeps me very hyper aware of everything I'm consuming. And I know that if I'm going out to eat at night or something like that, I'll eat less during the day so I can compensate for it. And I'll know exactly what I'm going to eat when I even go there, right? Because you never want to eat something that doesn't align with your goals. You have to be not only hyper aware, but intentional with everything that you eat. You can't just be like, you know what? Maybe I should eat this. When you don't eat with intention, I'm telling you, you'll just grab carbs all day, no protein. You'll just be like, you know what? Let me have an Oreo right now. Oh, let me have a cookie because you don't have any goals. You don't have any intention with your eating. Of course, you're gonna eat whatever. You got to change how you view foods, guys. All right. So a lot of us were like, okay, it's my birthday. It's a holiday. It's the weekend. Let me binge eat, right? Or I just got a promotion. Let me binge eat. Let me celebrate by binge eat. Or my stomach hurts. My head hurts. Literally, stomach. Listen, people are like, my stomach hurts. Let me eat more food. Like what? Or I have a headache. Let me eat food or eat candy. Or I'm tired. I want to watch Netflix. Let me eat candy. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And if you have one hunger pain because this is the first time you didn't absolutely binge eat and eat 4,000 calories, that doesn't mean you're starving. That just means you usually eat at this time and your body's like, hey, yo, are you going to eat? If you just don't eat, your body be like, oh, okay, this nigga's not eating anymore. This nigga might be locked in. You feel me? Your body's going to be like, I like this dude. You feel me? It's going to burn some fat. Now, most people aren't willing to make these basic sacrifices. Most people want to be in their comfort zone and they wonder, I'm in my comfort zone like I've always been. Why am I not getting different results? Dumbest shit ever. Obviously, if you don't change the way you view foods and you don't incorporate different foods, you don't eat more fruits, more vegetables, single ingredient foods, then you cannot expect to get results. You just can't. All right. Even if you eat, not single ingredient foods, but you're eating high in protein, you're still gonna lose fat. Like let's just be honest. It is calories in, calories out. So yeah, like you're just the way you look at food, you're using it to cope with other things. All right. But even though I said calories in, calories out, guys, it doesn't matter where you get your calories from because sugar is probably the biggest addiction out there because one of the first steps to overcoming addiction is to realize that you actually have that addiction. That's like the first step, obviously. Um, and it's going to take time to overcome it because you got to realize that, and then you got to realize what triggers it, and then you got to slowly wean off of it, and then you got to replace processed sugar with, you know, healthy sugars like things from fruits and shit like that, right? Chips, fried foods, fast foods are all addictive. They're hyper palatable. If they weren't addictive, the lines at fast food lines wouldn't be as long as they are. Because every time I go to the gym, I'm like, there's only 15 people in the gym. I guess it's because it's not January, right? And then I pass a fast food line, and I'm like, dude, there's like 20 cars in McDonald's. And it's 2024. People aren't changing. People are getting worse. Obesity is getting more and more common, guys. It's like, yeah, like everyone's like 1 in 3 people are like overweight or obese or some shit like that, or 2 in 3 people. It's insane, all right? And yeah, like I said, if these foods weren't addictive, we wouldn't be in an obesity epidemic. And these foods as well don't have a lot of nutrients, they don't have a lot of protein, but also they don't have a lot of fiber and they don't have any satiety in them. So you're going to eat them and feel hungry. Cheat days, guys. So I follow the 90-10 rule or 95-5, but in reality, if you are 100 pounds overweight, right, that means you're having cheat days every single day, right? If you gain 50 pounds in 5 years, that means for 5 years straight, you had cheat days. So you don't need any fucking cheat days. Like, let's be honest. If you're starting to cut, you don't even need to be thinking about cheat days. You need to change the way you look at food, which is going to take, obviously, like I said in the slide before, you changing your mindset on it, but also your actions following that mindset so you can solidify that, hey, I'm looking at foods differently now. If you were eating McDonald's fries, 4 times a week for 5 years, that's an addiction, guys. You're going to have to get off of that, right? And eating it once a week isn't what we're going to do. We're literally just going to wean off of it. You're literally just going to wean off of it. Make your own potatoes at home. This is a lifestyle change, all right? All right. So, in conclusion, how you're going to eat to stay lean? Obviously, eat more whole foods. Keep your nutrition simple, guys. This is a key right here. I'm not gonna lie, this is a key. Keep the shit simple. Stop trying all these crazy, 80 ingredient recipes, right? And just keep it simple. Ground turkey, ground beef. If you like protein bars, eat protein bars. If you like protein shakes, drink a protein shake with a fruit or some shit like that. All right. Don't have to be in the kitchen every single day for like 5 hours and then switching recipes every single day, right? I literally eat the same thing year round. I'll switch some shit out, like very small. Like, for example, if at night for dinner I eat ground beef wraps, I might change it to ground turkey wraps, right? Or I might go, you know what, let me have a sweet potato and some steak. Very simple things, easy to make, easy to switch out. They're all very similar in calories. They're all high in protein, high in fiber, high in nutrients. So it makes it really easy to do, right? And follow the 90-10 rule once you reach, your goals, all right? Not before you reach your goals. Maybe you can have a cheat day if you've done 6 months straight or something like that, but do not be anticipating or trying to have a cheat day like every single week. That actually doesn't make any sense, right? If you have a cheat day every week, that means you haven't changed your lifestyle. All right. That just means you haven't changed your lifestyle. The 90-10 rule is like, oh, if it's my birthday and I'm going out of town, I'm gonna have some steak and potatoes, I might have a glass of wine, right? It's like I have a glass of wine like 4 times a year or some shit like that. That's it. All right. Simple shit, simple shit. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe.